The comeback no one saw coming. Life has a way of surprising us, often when we least expect it. Some of the most inspiring stories are about people or entities rising from the ashes, achieving success after crushing failure, or simply proving the doubters wrong in spectacular fashion. The comeback no one saw coming isn't just a catchy phrase. It encapsulates the spirit of resilience, determination, and unexpected triumph that defines some of history's most unforgettable moments. When we talk about comebacks, we imagine someone climbing from the depths of despair or defeat back into the spotlight of success. But what makes certain comebacks so extraordinary isn't just the final victory, it's the entire journey, the hurdles, the heartbreaks, the moments when giving up seems easier than pushing forward. The anatomy of a comeback. To understand what makes a comeback truly remarkable, we need to break down its essential ingredients. First, there is the fall, the moment when things go horribly wrong. It could be a failed business, a career-ending injury, a devastating personal loss, or a public humiliation. These moments are raw, painful, and often leave people questioning their worth or their future. Next is the lowest point, sometimes referred to as rock bottom. This is where hope seems lost, and the path forward is unclear. It's here that the comeback begins, although it may not be obvious at first. What sets apart those who rise again is an unyielding spirit and the refusal to be defined by failure. Then comes the grind, the long, often invisible work that happens behind the scenes. They involve relentless effort, learning from mistakes, and often reinventing oneself. This stage demands patience and perseverance, and it's where many give up. Finally, the comeback reaches its crescendo, the moment when the world takes notice. It's the return to relevance, success, or happiness that defies expectations. It often changes the narrative around a person or a situation, inspiring others to believe that no failure is final. Famous comebacks in history. History is filled with stories of unlikely returns. Take, for example, the story of Winston Churchill. Widely regarded as one of the greatest leaders of the 20th century, Churchill's career was punctuated by numerous setbacks. Before becoming Prime Minister during World War II, he was dismissed from important government posts and faced intense criticism. Yet, when Britain faced its darkest hours, Churchill emerged as the resolute leader who inspired a nation to persevere. In the world of sports, few stories are as iconic as that of Tiger Woods. Once considered unbeatable, Woods faced a career-threatening fall due to personal scandals and injuries. Many wrote him off, but his relentless comeback culminated in one of the most emotional victories in golf history at the 2019 Masters tournament. His triumph wasn't just about winning a trophy, it symbolized the power of redemption and the strength of the human spirit. In the realm of business, Steve Jobs' story stands out as a quintessential comeback tale. After being ousted from Apple, the company he co-founded, Jobs didn't fade away. Instead, he launched new ventures, learned valuable lessons, and ultimately returned to Apple to lead it to unprecedented innovation and success. His story shows how setbacks can sometimes pave the way for even greater achievements. Why do we root for comebacks? There is something inherently inspiring about a comeback story. It resonates because it reflects a fundamental truth about human nature. We all face adversity, and we all have moments when giving up seems like the easier option. When someone rises after failure, it rekindles our own hope and belief that we, too, can overcome our struggles. Comebacks remind us that failure is not the end but a chapter in a much larger story. They teach us resilience, showing that setbacks can be stepping stones rather than dead ends. These stories often highlight qualities like courage, hard work, and humility, traits that inspire us to strive for our own success despite obstacles. Moreover, comeback stories create a narrative of transformation. They prove that people are not defined solely by their worst moments but by their capacity to change, grow, and improve. This narrative is deeply human and universally relatable, which is why comeback tales captivate audiences across cultures and generations. The psychology behind a comeback. Psychologists suggest that the ability to make a successful comeback is closely tied to mindset. A growth mindset, the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning, is crucial. Those with a growth mindset view failure as an opportunity to improve, rather than a reflection of their innate worth. Resilience, or emotional toughness, is another key factor. It involves the capacity to recover from difficulties and adapt to change. Resilient individuals tend to have strong coping strategies, social support, and a sense of purpose, all of which help them navigate tough times and keep pushing forward. Another important aspect is self-efficacy, the belief in one's ability to succeed. People who believe they can influence outcomes are more likely to persevere and take constructive action after setbacks. This self-confidence fuels motivation and provides the energy needed for a comeback. The role of support systems: no comeback happens in isolation. Behind every success story, there are often unseen networks of support: family, friends, mentors, and communities who provide encouragement, resources, and guidance. These relationships can make a critical difference by offering emotional support and practical help during tough times. Mentors, in particular, can provide perspective and wisdom, helping individuals see beyond their immediate failures and plan a path forward. In many cases, communities or fans can play a powerful role in lifting spirits and providing a sense of belonging and purpose. How to make your own comeback? While every comeback story is unique, there are some universal lessons anyone can apply to their own life. Accept the fall. Acknowledge your failure without denial or excessive self-blame. This clarity is the foundation for moving forward. Reflect and learn. Understand what went wrong and what can be done differently next time. The unexpectedness of the comeback. What makes some comebacks truly remarkable is how few people see them coming. Often, when someone fails spectacularly, society writes them off, labeling them as washed up or incapable of recovering. This creates a narrative barrier, doubt that becomes self-reinforcing. When a comeback emerges against this backdrop of skepticism, it is more powerful because it defies expectations. It challenges the conventional wisdom about failure and success, reminding us that life is unpredictable and full of surprises. Modern-day comebacks. In today's fast-paced, highly connected world, comeback stories continue to inspire. From artists overcoming creative blocks to entrepreneurs rebuilding after bankruptcy, these tales of resilience resonate more than ever. Social media can amplify both the lows and the highs, making comeback journeys more visible and relatable. The pandemic era also brought many comeback stories, as individuals, businesses, and communities adapted and bounced back from unprecedented disruption. These recent examples highlight that even in the face of global crises, the human spirit's capacity for renewal remains undiminished. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel before you go. Thank you for watching.